Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. DJ Music here. It's about 11 o'clock here in the port city of Charleston, South Carolina. And I want to thank Shalay, I hope I'm saying her name correctly, Shalay Garris, for uploading and allowing this, you folks that allowed this video to go viral. Because here we are again, folks, another episode of a white woman feeling that her white privilege can let her walk up to any individual, meaning black individual, on the street and question them about their very existence, why they're in a particular spot, what they're doing in a particular spot, and more and more, they always want to brandish how much money they make, or you know, that's the crust of it. As being a black person, there's absolutely no way that you could be making enough money to live here. You'll hear her say, I pay $1,100, and then later on, I pay $1,300. When is that? Why is that so hard to believe that a black person could pay $1,100 to $1,300 in rent? This is not a third world country over here, lady. But whether you know it or not, there are black people that make $125,000 a year, as you said. But I hope after this video went viral that you don't make a quarter, because you're getting exactly what you deserve. You'll hear throughout this video how she even cuts to the point of it saying, excuse my language, but bitch, don't put your life in jeopardy. Meaning, I already called the cops, and you know what happens to you folks when the cops get here. You'll hear this. You'll hear her say this. You'll hear her invoke her white privilege throughout this video. So without further ado, folks, here we go.
Okay, well, we can do that. Hi, how are you? I'm hot. I'm beautiful. I'm 51. What are we going to talk about tonight? Being hot, being beautiful, being white, being...
Y'all see anything good looking about her?
Do you live here?
Do you live here?
I do, actually. 1C. 8744
So why are you on this end?
Fairview.
So
why do we feel that we need to be here, like hanging out, like on this beautiful, like place?
Why do you feel you need to be in our space?
Well, I live here and I pay rent. I
And
pay
so does
almost
she.
$1,100.
And so does she.
Okay.
Don't talk to her, please don't, because I don't know.
So what's going on?
Okay, I don't know, but we can call 911 to find out if you
That's
got a
cool.
problem.
Well, I was about ready to go over to
Okay.
Red Rocks. Do you want to meet me over to Red Rocks?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you know where Red Rocks is? Okay. All right. Well, I can do this too. I can do this too.
Go ahead and call 911.
Okay, let's do that right now. Let's call 911. I want to make sure that there's nothing going on here. Because my kids go to Myers Park, so I want to make sure that there's nothing going on. And why are you hanging out? Where do you live?
I must live.
Where do you live here in this place?
Aaron, Chef, do not entertain her, please.
No,
Stop
no,
it.
please do. Because I want to get this on film.
Yeah, we
Where
got
do
you
you
on
play?
film, honey.
Because this is Myers Park. This is South. Girl.
Ma'am, would you please leave us alone and go home?
Did y'all notice that dog whistle look that she said, this is Myers Park, and you folks really shouldn't be here? That's basically what she's saying. This is a white neighborhood. We don't have too many black folks in this neighborhood. I'm trying to be correct to you, and I'm trying to say nice things to you. Bitch, please.
I live here.
Go over
I pay
I
almost.
pay rent too, so please.
What do you pay? And
Why you worried about
let
it?
Jonathan know what you pay.
Whatever. Just leave
What's
us
going
alone.
on? What's going on here, babe?
Ma'am.
What's going
Sure,
on
you call
here
the
in this
police.
parking lot
Yeah,
that you feel that
I
you
mean,
need to congregate?
I don't want to drop my video, so you go.
Oh, I'm gonna drop my video, and I pay. I'm white, and I pay. I make $125,000 a year, and I want to make sure that you're all up in here. Girl, I got you, girl. I'm white. I'm girl, white. I'm girl. White, I'm white. I got you, girl. Fuck.
You are in my
I'm
space.
white.
You are in my space. You are in my space. Yes, you're right. Mm-hmm.
See, right then and there, folks, it was the time for this lady to say, okay, Time for me to walk away. If anyone that's seen this video doesn't think that this white woman is drunk and then she is not invoking what she calls her white privilege, I'm white, bitch. I'm white, bitch. Yeah, you are white. Well, actually, you're not really white. You're kind of off peach a little bit. You know, you're kind of pale in some spots. So I wouldn't know. White is the absence of all color. Is it? Am I correct? White is the absence of all color? And I think maybe that's why they call themselves white. Because it's the absence of all soul. They have no soul, folks. They have no sense of humanity about them. The average person would not just arbitrarily walk up to someone and say, what the hell are you doing here? Now, I haven't seen the pictures of these two young ladies, but I can guarantee you that they pose no threat just by listening to the way they speak. They don't pose any threat to this woman at all. There's the threat. All right, let's get back to her. Listen to some of the things that she said. Listen to her carefully, folks. Listen to her next rant very carefully, because this is a teaching tool here.
Absolutely.
What are you doing here? Oh, you can fucking bitch. I'm still gonna make $125,000. I'm still gonna make $125,000 Monday morning. Who are you? Do you live here?
No, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere.
Is your boyfriend here? Is your baby daddy here? Nobody cares. I'm white and I'm hot. I'm white and I'm hot. So, what are you doing here?
I don't know, but we're going to see you in court Monday morning.
Okay, all right. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, great. I got you too, baby. I got you, baby. I got you. This is Myers Park. This is a Myers Park. Babe, good. Go. What are you doing hanging out here on Friday night? Don't fuck with your life, bitch. Cut it out.
That's what I wanted you to hear. Don't fuck with your life, bitch, knowing that normally 9 times out of 10, when we are stopped by the police, our lives are in jeopardy. So she is aware of that. And that's the point that I want all you folks to understand. When these white women call the police on you, they are aware that there's bad things that could happen to you. That's exactly why they do it. I don't know who she was referring to earlier, but chances are the person that she was referring to by Nathan or whatever, Jonathan, whatever that name that she called, is probably a policeman that she knows. Probably is. I just don't get these women I'll say it again, and I'm tired of having to use this disclaimer. I'm not talking about all white women, but this white woman has some friends. This white woman hang out with other white women, and I'm sure she shares her views with these other white women. You know, toxicity is toxicity. You can't put germs in water and don't think the water's clean anymore. It's absolutely horrendous how some people think they can get away with shit like this. I don't know, me personally, folks, me and my demeanor, I don't know if I could have handled this situation like these two women did. She would have got I wouldn't have put my hands on her, but she would have got enough of a tongue lashing to believe me. The last thing she would have saw was the other side of her door, wiping her brow, wondering, whoo, I'm glad I got the hell out of there. He was getting the best of me. I don't tolerate things like this, folks. I don't let folks walk over me. Whether I can see you or whether I can hear you, I don't allow folks to just discredit me because I'm black. I don't allow that. Let's get back to this.
Very disrespectful. Nobody cares. Get out of here. Get out of here. Nobody cares. Get out of here. I've got you too, bitch. Do you live here? What's your apartment number? Hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? I'm white and I'm fucking fabulous. I make $125,000.
Please call police. Please, ma'am.
Oh, call them. Oh my God, call them.
And she calling us names, and you can smell the alcohol.
I smell that.
Mine's
White.
8800.
Did y'all hear that? You're hanging around a place that you don't belong. That's what they think, folks. Let me pause this for a second. Okay, folks, to add insult to injury, listen. You can hear the woman down in the background, but more importantly, I want you to hear how the 911 operator is talking to her and how she explains, I have called the police. I explained the situation to you, but that was some time ago. The police should have been here by now. There go the difference. If the white woman would have made the call to the police, they would have been there already. But since the black woman made the call to the police, it's not serious. Check it out for yourself. You don't believe me.
The reason I'm calling back, my name is Lisa Garris, and I live at 8800 Fairview Road. And I called at 11:57, and I'm still waiting for the police. The lady keeps coming out here harassing me still, and I don't know what to do at this point. Yes, ma'am. And before, the lady that I spoke to, she said that I was over top of her, but that's because the lady was pushing me in my face. And I'm a resident here just like she is. And I couldn't get myself because it surprised me. I've been living here for over a year, and I've never been treated this way. So then when I told her to have a good day, she hung. She ended the call just like that. So I don't know what happened. Ma'am. No, I just didn't understand that, and I was hysterical because this lady was bothering me and calling out my name, and all I'm doing is standing here waiting to take her life.
Yes, no, I can understand that, but we do have officers that are on the way to come assist you now, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Great, thank you very much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Now, folks, if I could hear and you can hear the lady in the background, don't you think the 911 operator could have heard her as well? There was no question that the woman was being berated. There was no question that the woman on the phone was being called out of her name. Why are there not some blue lights in this parking lot yet? Anybody explain that? It's a case of this so-called white privilege. You call the police on a black person, we'll be there in a hurry. Black person called the police on a white one, we might be there in 3 days. This is no joke, folks. There was a lady that I did some yard work for in Atlanta, Georgia. I won't give the exact place in Atlanta, Georgia. But that night before we came over to do her yard, someone had jumped over the fence in her yard, and her dog cornered the individual in the yard. Now, the husband had two choices. Once the dog cornered him, he could have shot the individual, or he could have called the police. He called the police. The police showed up 3 hours later. Enough time that the kid, or whoever it was, had enough time to get away, come back to pick up what he dropped. Here it is again. Let's finish this. Obviously, you can hear her screaming in the background. It's obvious that by now she's talking to police or whatever. But here goes just a case, folks. Let me pause this right here because I don't think there's nothing else that we really need to discuss on this. Here goes the case, folks, of, again, a white woman feeling her privilege to stop a black person and ask them what they're doing. You don't belong here. You're out of place. Well, who died and left these people in charge of telling black folks that they're out of place? The culture has changed dramatically. We're going back to the time of the 60s and this Jim Crow and this, if you see a black person, call the police, we'll charge him with vagrancy, put him in jail, and that'll be the end of him. About another 15 seconds here. So I tell you what, folks, again, like, share, comment on the post, do what you need to do with it. But anyway, I wish a motherfucker would walk up to me and tell me where I can't be. Have a good day, folks.